Hi everybody, Dan Illman here, taking a look at race number 9 at Gulfstream Park on Saturday. It is the $100,000 Ginger Brew Stakes, and if you're playing the race from home, no better way than with DRF Bets. If you sign up right now to DRF Bets, you access a $200 free bet with no deposit required, and all you have to do is go to drf.com/join and use the promo code FREEBET09. Now let's take a look at the field for the $100,000 Ginger Brew Stakes. This race for 3-year-old fillies going 7.5 furlongs on the turf. It's a full field. It's a good betting race. Let's take them in post-position order. We'll begin with the number 1, Tropical Wave, a recent maiden winner at Churchill Downs for trainer Rusty Arnold. The dam was a stakes-placed runner on turf. This horse is by the proven turf stallion Lemon Drop Kid, and she looks to be coming into her own. But she did win the race at Churchill Downs over a very yielding turf course. She'll probably have firm conditions to deal with in South Florida on Saturday, and she just got a perfect trip and ride from Brian Hernandez Jr., just sitting in the pocket, splitting to the outside, then getting back to the rail when a seam opened up, and winning with a perfect trip. She might get another similar trip down towards the inside here under Julien Leparoux, but she'll be facing tougher horses. 15-1 on the morning line. The 2 Golden Orb is a very intriguing runner for a top trainer in Christophe Clement. You look at this pedigree, it's all dirt. She's by Kentucky Derby winner Orb. She's a half-sister to Finley's Lucky Charm, a very fleet-graded stakes-winning dirt sprinter, and the dam herself was multiple stakes placed on dirt. Golden Orb has never seen the dirt. She's done well on turf. Last time out, she ran in the Wait a While Stakes against a couple of these common foes, and she was 4 wide on the far turns. Maybe she made a move a little bit early in a race that collapsed, but boy, she was very green with her lead changes and then drifting out at the end of that race. She just looked a little bit exhausted, and she has not moved forward since start 1. Start 1, she earned a 71 Beyer speed figure. Since then, her Beyer speed figures have languished in the mid to high 60s. I think she needs to improve to win this race. 6-1, Tyler Gaffalione takes them out. The 3 is Closer Still. This is a filly making her turf debut for trainer Mark Casse, and she has early speed. She went to gate to wire most recently over the Tapeta surface at Woodbine, going 6.5 furlongs, and she was able to clear off to the lead on the turn and kind of get away with murder. She then won in very nice and professional fashion with a 75 Beyer speed figure. I think she has the ability to sit from just off the pace, and that could be key, because it looks like there's some pace in this race, and Closer Still might not be fast enough to get to the front. Turf debut, 2-turn debut, but this horse has some turf pedigree, is in the hands of a great horseman in Mark Casse, and might have that tactical speed. I'd use this horse in multiple race wagers. The 4 is Queen Rose, and Queen Rose just does not run very well in 2 starts against winners. Beaten 16 lengths by Malibu Saint, who we'll get to in a minute, 2 starts back. Beaten 13.5 lengths in an optional claimer last time out. She's going to have to improve by leaps and bounds. The 5 is The Way I Am, and I think a lot of folks are going to gravitate to The Way I Am based on her North American debut at Keeneland 2 starts back. Be careful with that race, however. She got a great trip and ride by Manny Franco, saving ground, shooting on through down towards the inside when a big hole opened up, and then she was a little bit green with her lead changes towards the end of that race. She then ran in a weak edition of the Grade 3 Jimmy Durante at Del Mar. I think the winner of that race is a nice horse. I'm not sure about everybody else. I think The Way I Am was just a little bit too close to the pace. Expect Jose Ortiz to take her back off the pace. The pace should be hot. I expect The Way I Am to run better, but demand value. To me, the 3-1 on the morning line seems a little bit light. The 6 is Malibu Saint, and Malibu Saint just beat 3 of these common foes in what I thought was a weak edition of the Wait a While Stakes at Gulfstream on December the 9th. A, that race was contested over a very wet turf course. B, the pace fell apart, and Malibu Saint came from way, way behind. The pace will be fast again in this race, as we see from the Timeform US pace projector, the red bar indicating that the pace should be fast. And Malibu Saint, the number 6, might benefit again. She's listed at the back of the pack on the Timeform US pace projector, but I kind of need to see it again. She just had a great setup over a wet turf course last time out, and to me, 4-1 is a little bit too light. One of the horses vying for the lead on the pace projector is the number 7, Designing, and I guess if you want to take a horse coming out of the Wait a While, you might want to consider Designing, because she was on the pace in that race, and she kind of held on well to be 5th in only her 2nd lifetime start. Again, that race was dominated by horses coming from the back of the pack, and Designing held on pretty grittily that day. She's got the pedigree to continue her improvement. She's kin to 3 black-type earners, including the long-winded graded stakes-winning dirt horse Redding Collieri. There are worse 15-1 long shots in the world than the number 7, Designing. The 8, Andina del Sur, is also up close to the pace. in the Timeform US pace projector, but I don't think she will be that close to the pace. She made her career debut for trainer Tommy Albertrani, a good horseman that usually doesn't win first time out. Hence the fact that this well-bred filly by Giants Causeway out of the stakes-winning turf mare Andina was 23-1. Andina Del Sur looked very good in that race. Joel Rosario rode her with the utmost confidence. Once she struck the front, as many 2-year-old fillies will do, they were green with their lead changes and looking around and drifting about. But I like the way Rosario showed confidence on her all the way around. I like the turn of foot she showed in the stretch. She earned a 78 Beyer speed figure. She beat 3 next out winners, including one horse that came back to win on dirt with an 87 Beyer speed figure. And I don't think she's going to be compromised by the fast pace. 9-2 on the morning line feels right for the 8, Andina Del Sur. Keep an eye out for the number 9. Delamar. Delamar is a horse who's out of a stakes-placed turf runner, so I think she'll handle the surface, even though she's done the lion's share of her work on synthetic. She does have a maiden win on turf at Woodbine sprinting. Last time out, she came from off the pace to beat Closer Still, who we already talked about. Closer Still came back to win, and Roger Attfield's horses. Roger Attfield, a Hall of Fame horseman in Canada. They've all been running down here at Gulfstream Park. This is the filly that could take advantage of the pace. And I think you might want to consider her in any kind of multiple race wagers. And I think if you want to look at a long shot, Crazy for Sophia, isn't that crazy? She's drawing a tough outside post position. Last time out going 5 furlongs, she was hung out 4 wide around the turn. She was still punching on late and trying hard, making me think she can get this distance with the right trip at a big price. She's a horse I would use as a deep backup in multiple race exotics, but also consider underneath in single race exotics. We'll take a look at my pick for the $100,000 Ginger Brew Stakes. It's Andina Del Sur. She's going to have to face winners for the first time. She's coming off about a 2+ month layoff, but I like the way she won that race. 9-2, that's right. I'll take 4. I won't take anything less. From a multiple race standpoint, as A's, I'll use Andina Del Sur. The 3 Closer Still, who I think will work out a good trip. My B's will be the 9, Delamar, coming from way off of the pace, and I'll use Crazy for Sophia, the 10, as a deep, deep backup. If you're playing again this Gulfstream card from home, $200 free bet, no deposit required, drf.com/join, promo code FREEBET09. Approximate post time is 4:06 Eastern. Best of luck.